All right, Shalom to the elect of Israel, to the hopeful elect of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negro, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians, and the foreign Israelites that look like the other nations scattered across the four corners of the earth. I want to give all praises to Barak, Yahawah, Barak, Yahawashi, Barak, Yahawah, Barak, Yahawashi. Got to give all praises to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Qadash. The name of the Heavenly Father, who everybody ignorantly calls God, his true name in the ancient Hebrew, which is the Rawchaa Qadash, his true name is Yahawah. Bahasham means in the name of. Yahawashi is the Holy One of Israel. Everybody ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, from the tribe of Judah, a so-called Negro who was slain at the foundations of the earth for the salvation of the elect and for the rest of Israel after the destruction, but only for the elect on this side. So in the Rawchaa Qadash is the Holy Spirit that has been given among the men that the Heavenly Father gave to Yahawashi, his only begotten Son, out of the world to complete this work. So we want to give double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone, who led us to this truth, been ordained by the Lord to teach the flock how to live, repent, pray, fast, and show forth the Lord's righteousness and mercy, judgment, forgiveness and wrath to all those who are part of the elect and to the hopeful elect. Lord, will we be part of that number? Lord, wouldn't this be edified to those who fear the name of the Lord and are striving to show forth the Lord's righteousness every day to the best of their abilities? His judgment always comes to light. Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 5, it is not slack. 2 Peter 3:9, and it's unto a ring. 2 Esdras chapter 5, verse 42. So if the Waterfall, you sincere believers, tune in here and on after, whenever you get the chance to. Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rawchaa, Qadash, Barak, Atham. We're gonna get into a lesson that I did yesterday. I'm gonna finish this lesson. I just got a couple precepts concerning this topic, talking about the Most High's plan. Is he wants Jake, which is Jacob, the seed line of Jacob, the Israelites. He wants us to be perfectly entire, wanting nothing, because we're going to come to a time in Jacob's trouble where everything's going to get taken from us. You're not going to be able to go home, and you're not going to have a place. We're going to be, pilgrims on the earth, moving around, So you want to have a mindset of being ready to let go whatever you have in your life. That's what the Lord kept us in a state where we don't have a lot, because he didn't want us to cling to it whenever the time comes, when it's time to let go, So then we're also going to deal with hate speech laws in Canada. They starting to make it to a point where we're not going to be doing this work no more pretty soon. We're going to go in on on that a little bit. And once we done doing this work and we can't, the decree goes out by the apostles that we can't teach no more. Hey, that's it, man. If you don't know what to do, hey, you don't know what to do. That means, you're not of the elect. Lord willing, we have that number. We also going to go into some satanic temples that are being set up around America, Babylon the Great, and various end time topics. So Lord willing is edifying to the flock. So we're going to start right here going into this being perfectly entire, wanting nothing. I want to make a small point concerning fornication, because a lot of people think fornication is just just having sex, period, but it's not what it's talking about. So we're going to show you that, and go into that. And this is also part of like one of the things we got to separate ourselves from. And some people deal with it more than others, but this is something the Spirit wanted me to come put in concerning this last lesson that I did, going into the Lord's plan for the elect. Lord willing, we are that number, as we always say. So the title of this chapter is Sanctification and Love. This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 1. It says, "Furthermore, brethren, we beseech you, brethren, and exhort you by the Lord Yahawashi, that ye have received of us how ye ought to walk and to please the Most High, so ye would abound more and more." So there's a certain way we got to present ourselves and be in the world. And sometimes we do it better on some days than others, but it's a battle. So you ain't going to win every battle, but we know that we're going to win the war. In the end of the day, Israel's going to win the whole war, the true Israelites. So verse 3, "For this is the will of the Most High, even your sanctification, that ye should abstain from fornication," right? And abstain means to basically, refrain from it, but this is talking about something specific. So we're going to look up that word and go into it. This is part of being perfectly entire, want nothing.
Strong's G 4202. Parnaya.
Right. And it says illicit sexual intercourse, right? But it says under that, it says adultery. And that's what the big deal of fornication is: sleeping with somebody else's wife, sleeping with, fruit roll up stuff, the homosexuality, lesbianism, intercourse with animals, bestiality, they're pushing that stuff out here. That's what I was going into the other day, going into some articles, and, the main one we were talking about is adultery and homosexuality and all that. Those are some of the two biggest ones that Jake got a problem with, but of course not the men of the Lord, but we just talking about Jake in general. 2/3, of our people, this is one thing that they have, they can't let it go. And main one is adultery, sleeping with other women's, you sleep with other men's wives. That's the biggest thing that a lot of Jake can't give up. They meet a woman or whatever, and she got a man, and Jake can't abstain himself. This is about abstaining yourself from the world, to the best of your abilities. But these are things we go over. It says sexual intercourse with a divorced man or woman, and it's dealing with, of course, women, you're only supposed to be with one man, and if that man is still alive, then you're bound to that man. And if you, let's say y'all get into it or something, y'all split up. Well, the only way that that can go about righteously is if you reconcile with him, or if he dies, then you can get another. You can go to another husband. But a lot of women don't want to. They don't want to be in order, so a lot of women are going to get left. You know, I'm not talking about the first time getting left. There's one time you get left behind is making it through Jacob's trouble. You're going to want to get left behind in that time. You don't want to die. And then chariots are going to come. That's the time you don't want to get left behind. You know, and everybody's going to be trying to be like, oh, we love Israel in that day. You know, the ones who are afraid, you know, and it said men shall be as women in that day. You know, so it's going to be a lot of people trying to act the part, but the Lord is only going to instruct the elect. So they're going to know, you know, whether you really been serving the Lord or not, you know. And it says also metaphorically the worship of idols, right? Or the defilement of adultery is occurred by eating the sacrifices offered to idols, you know, that kind of stuff. You know, you want to abstain, you know, because there's nothing wrong with, you know, if you, especially if you married, there ain't nothing wrong with that. But it's like, you know, you want to mainly put all your focus on this truth, because we're coming into a time where, you know, it's going to be dangerous times, man. It's not going to be, nobody's going to be thinking about that kind of stuff. So, and how we know it's coming soon is because they're starting to silence the prophets. That means that the Lord is basically ending the ministry. And after this gospel is preached across the four corners of the earth, then the end is going to start. Okay, he's prepping the end right now. We're still under grace. But as soon as you see us not doing this no more, it's over with. If you didn't get this truth, and I mean by didn't get this truth, because everybody heard this truth some way, one way or another. You know, if you didn't get this truth, you just bypassed it. Hey, man, you're not going to make it. So this is verse 4, that every one of you should know how to possess his vessel in sanctification and honor, right? Not in the lust of conspicuous concupiscence. I think that's how you say that. Even as the Gentiles, which know not the Most High. That's talking about the actual Gentiles, the ones that's other nations, right? So, you know, verse 6, that no man go beyond and defraud his brother in any matter, because the Lord is an avenger of all such, as we also have forewarned you and testified. You see, so the main thing is to be on good standing with the brotherhood. You know, as your brothers out there, you know, keep yourself in a good light of the brotherhood. And of course, you know, we got situations that we deal with, but overall, you know, we do our best to show that we honor the brotherhood, man. You know, and when they tell us to do things, you know, we adjust ourselves as younger brothers. So that word sanctification.
Strong's G38, Hagiasmas.
It says holiness,
Hagiasmas.
sanctification, purifier, right? Sanctification of heart and life, right? Like in heart, it means lob. You know, my elder was going over it the other day when I was doing a sit down with him, and you know that in the ancient Hebrew is lob, and that's where you get that word laboratory from, the thinking tank. It's talking about your mind. So you know, we're being purified by making sure that, you know, we better ourselves as we go along, and we don't have a want. We don't have a want to need things in this world. You know, like the majority of people. You know, we're content with what we have. You know, so that's kind of what I wanted to go into. And I wanted to go also into the Lord is gonna, he's gonna use Israel, because the Lord he's gonna use Israel to punish the wicked, after, and what I mean by that is like slavery. Okay. He's gonna use us to punish the wicked. So that's why you want to make sure you're purified, because the Lord is going to use us to punish Esau Edom, the so-called white man, for what he's done to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And we want to be on that side of the window whenever his wrath comes. That's why we're getting ourselves right, for salvation. This is Ezekiel chapter 25, verse 14. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel. That's how we know, right? And they shall do in Edom according to mine anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. And you got to understand, the vengeance of the Lord is not like the vengeance of a human. It's a random ass human, okay? It's a different type of vengeance we're talking about. And it's not something you want to take lightly. You want to consider it, because if you don't, then you're going to get caught up in it. So, that was mainly the lesson that I wanted to go into the other day. And, just to look it up. I'm going to look up this word anger. Because the Lord's not, he's
Strong's H639. Af.
He's angry with the wicked every day. And it says anger, and it says nostril, nose, face. It says hence the face, and occasionally a person from the rapid breathing in passion. So it's like a passionate anger, okay? He's pissed, okay? Talking about power of the universe right now, okay? And we're talking about a power he doesn't even have to breathe. And he's rapidly breathing, okay, through Israel. That's why you see us sometimes, we're pissed off, because it's the Lord showing you that he's mad through us. He's trying to get you to repent, Jake, before he gets here. That's why he makes us come like that sometimes, and other times he tries, he puts the spirit on us to be more humble and more contrite and settle down a little bit more. It just depends on the topic, But that kind of concluded my little part 2 of just, these are things that we got to keep in mind. They're real simple things to keep in control of, And some of this stuff is harder for some jakes, so they have to be in that mindset of fasting and prayer, because that's, some of that stuff is some jakes is harder for others in particular areas to abstain from things. So you gotta fast and pray, and sometimes fasting and prayer is hard for some jakes. Fasting, it's everything. So whatever you struggle with, the best way to do about it is pray about it, and then try to schedule your time to be able to adjust your lifestyle. But it says don't be over righteous, and it says don't be over wicked. So you want to be balanced. You don't want to just be this super righteous person, and that's how they be at the churches. They be trying to act like they super righteous. And it talked about in the scriptures that some of the whores and the harlots, is going to make it in the kingdom of heaven first. Because why? Because they understood like the things that they did wrong, and they changed. But they didn't change they just like, oh, I'm just a super righteous person right now. They had a kind of a lowliness about it. Like, damn, I fucked up, and that's how we are, it's talking about, the pimps and the harlots, but we ain't talking about they just gonna get in and not repent. We're talking about people who came to the truth, and stay here, because that's what it really comes down to. So we're going to go into this thing going in about this hate speech, okay? And the punishments is going to get real severe. Like, this is going to show you how serious this truth is, because it's really pointed towards us. They're trying to make it seem like it's to the Christians. No, it's not. It's to Israel, So we're going to listen to one of the elders. He's going to go in on this a little bit, and explain to you a couple things, So this is Elder Manata Zakba from South Carolina, all right? So we'll listen to him for a second.
In this episode, we'll be dealing with Bill C-367 out of Canada. All praise to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, and double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. This video will be entitled Religious Persecution, Bill C-367. Religious Persecution and Bill C-367. And this is an article going around among the brotherhood. Big news of the day. All right, we're just going to get into the article and read it. And it from the People's Voice. Let's go right into it. It says Trudeau, and this is Trudeau right here, Justin Trudeau, Prime Minister of Canada. It says Trudeau, praying in public, reading aloud from Bible is hate speech to be severely punished. And this is a great prophetic time to be alive, right? We just heard last week, I believe it was, articles came out with Klaus Schwab saying that those that are refusing to merge with technology will be left out of society, or something to that effect. It was, and it might have been 2 weeks ago when it actually was when that article surfaced. But now you got this one, so it's a great time to be alive. All right, brothers and sisters out there, you should be greatly encouraged by this. Anyway, let's read it. This article here. It says the Trudeau government has introduced a bill that could land Christians in prison for quoting the Bible or expressing a traditional faith-based opinion if the Canadian government deems it, quote, promotion of hatred or anti-Semitism. And there was a woman last week that rolled up on us and they said that this crackhead or meth head or some type of head, she rolled up on us, her and her smoked out boyfriend, and they said, what you guys are doing is against the law. See, so we getting to those times, and I'm gonna have to find that video and actually upload it. Because it was out of the camp lesson, but I'm actually gonna find it and upload it. Anyway, let's get to the article. It says Bill C-367, purported to amend the criminal code, will redefine the boundaries of free speech, criminalizing public Bible readings. You hear that? Criminalizing public Bible readings, prayers, and other expressions of Christian teachings. Now, who do you think about when you think about public Bible readings? The brothers in the camps. Now, although this is in Canada, you can expect it's probably going to be worldwide at some point, and that'll be great if it does. It's no problem, because that's going to bring in probably the famine of the word, which is great. Because guess what? The prophecies can't move until the Lord fulfills another. One prophecy fulfills another. Let's go to it real quick if I could bring it up here without too much trouble. This is it's gonna be Second Esdras. Let's go to it. So we got to get the persecution started, right? We don't have to get it started, but these people are gonna get it started at some point. The Heavenly Father is the one that's stirring it all up. So this is Second Esdras 4:37. It says, and let's just get this verse. By measure hath he measured the times, and by number hath he numbered the times, and he doth not move nor stir them until the said measure be fulfilled. So what does that mean? One prophecy can't come until another one, activates it, basically. All right. One prophecy comes, it starts another prophecy. For example, Babylon the Great can't be destroyed until the gospel's preached among all the earth and the elect has heard the word, right? The mark of the beast can't come before the gospel's preached, because if it does, or World War III can come before the gospel was preached, because if it did, what would happen? The elect would have been destroyed. So we know things have to come in a particular prophetic order. Now let's get second Esdras here from the Good News Translation. This is chapter 4, second Esdras 4:37 from over here. And what does it say? It says, let's start here. It says, for the Most High has weighed this age, measured the years, and numbered the days. Nothing will be changed until time has run its predetermined course. Right. It's all been laid out by the Heavenly Father. So should we fear? Absolutely not. We should be excited. And I'm so excited. So excited. Really excited about this news and what Klaus Schwab said the other week. You Christians probably gonna get all up in arms, but why? You don't read the Bible anyway. Anyway, let's read this again. It says, we'll redefine the boundaries of free speech, criminalizing public Bible readings, prayers, and other expressions of Christian teachings. Now, if I know better, you're going to have camps that still try to go out there and teach anyway, although this, if they deem the Bible as hate speech, nobody can no longer preach. Guess what we're going to do? The apostles more than likely going to order brothers, tell them, don't go out there and preach anymore, because the time is past for that. But you're going to still have Jake still trying to do it to prove their own righteousness. They're going to wind up getting locked up, which is fine. Whatever.
And this is why you want to listen to the elders and apostles, because there's decrees that's coming out from the Lord. So you a Jake and you out there teaching, and they say stop teaching, you try to go out there, you end up getting locked in prison for life. Like, that's how serious this word is. Okay, he's about to show it in a second. And another thing, he didn't mention it, so I'm gonna go ahead and mention it. You know what I said is Christian? Well, how you say that in the ancient Hebrew is Hamashiachium, or Hamashiach, which means the anointed ones. That's really how you say that word, So we're gonna keep going a little bit.
It goes on. This move by Trudeau's liberal government has been interpreted by many as an attempt to criminalize Christianity and traditional values under the pretense of combating undefined hate speech. Now, they're going to throw this word Christianity around real loosely. They can throw it around all they want to. You Christians ain't worth a shit. All right. Now, this is a post on Twitter from somebody named Eva Vladingerbrook. Christian persecution is about to be introduced in Canada. If passed, Bill C-367 could land Christians in jail for quoting the Bible or expressing a faith-based opinion if the Canadian government deems it, quote, promotion of hatred or anti-Semitism. And when have you ever known punk-ass Christians to go against them dirty rats over there in the Holy Land? You've never known them to do it. So it really is aimed at us. And she goes on, this is an absolute disgrace, blah, blah, blah. Here it says, critics argue that the Trudeau supported bill will lead to severe penalties for those who publicly practice traditional Christian beliefs, especially regarding controversial issues such as transgenderism. And the main ones that come at transgenderism and homosexuality is the Israelites. This person, Wall Street Silver, says, why are so many countries trying to make undefined hate speech a criminal charge? Let me give you a clue, because this is the world of the wicked. Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, and you people are the children of Satan. That's why you're doing it. But it's all good. It says this seems likely to be abused massively by government authorities for political reasons. And then they give here some different things going on in different countries. In Ireland, hate speech law proposed 5 years in prison for a meme. And really, stupid memes that people draw. I mean, it's just that stupid ass memes. Who cares? Everything is about preaching the gospel. It says France, 3 years in prison or 45,000 euros, I believe, fine to speak in opposition against any state-endorsed pharmaceuticals. So they don't want you to speak out about opioids or other pharmaceuticals. Canada proposed life sentence in prison, 70,000 fine for hate speech. And hate speech is, they keep saying undefined because they're not giving you a clear definition of what that is. And really what it's going to boil down to is any person that get offended by something that you say, they're gonna be able to accuse you. So we wouldn't last 5 minutes on the street. We have people come up and just accuse us of shit. So you already know if that was to happen in America and around the world, then hey, we ain't gonna be able to preach no more. But that's good. That's good. A time is gonna come where the gospel is no longer able to be preached. Let's keep reading. It says,
Well, I'm gonna just stop right there and put it in there. But like you said, it's mainly going into, people talking about them damn fruit roll-ups. Okay, them damn moles, man. Shalom, big bro. Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Qadash, Barak. The water for tuning in, bro. That's one of the big brothers, GMS in his likeness, as all the big bros, they taught us how to do videos around the clock, keep pushing the truth, and listen to the commands from the apostles. It's gonna come a day where they say stop teaching, and after that, I'm telling you that's over. And just like he said earlier, there's a times have been measured out a certain way. And once that famine of the word come, all you got left is what? MOTB, Mark of the Beast, being made mandatory, World War III, which is Jacob's trouble. Basically, both of those together is like, it sums up Jacob's trouble, and then destruction of America, Babylon the Great, because the Lord's going to come save us out of Jacob's trouble, and that's when it's going to be basically the end of it, because it's for Jake. And after the elect gets pulled out of here, then, that's it. But that's not it. What I'm saying, there's going to be more prophecies coming into play. Esau, Edom's going to be put in slavery for 1,000 years. That's why we were looking in the book of Ezekiel. He said he was going to punish Edom by the hand of Israel. He's going to do with those 144,000 elect men, those out of every tribe, 12,000 sealed. When you look into Revelations chapter 7, okay, it goes into that, and then he's going to use them to force his hand on Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, and the other nations, all 17 other nations, So that's all that's left, man. That's how we know we at the end. All the other prophecies basically came to pass. Those are the main ones we're looking for. So and just like he said, these so-called Christians at the churches, they never go and talk about the land of Israel is, it's polluted right now because, the small hats is over there. Amalek, the first descendants of Esau, the Rothschilds, okay? The ones who they try to say they us, but they're not, okay? And they don't ever go into that. So it's pointed towards this ministry. It's pointed towards, the elders and apostles of Great Millstone and their followers, okay? And, big brothers on down, elders, bishops, little bros like me. They're going to come at us, you see? So, and some of us, because what you're going to first see, they're going to probably take all the videos down and give us all warnings, like we better not say nothing else, and then mess around. And then they really on our ass because they know this is what we believe. We have the testimony of Yahawah, Yahawashi, and that persecution going to start coming. A lot of brothers going to go to work, including myself. We're going to go up there. They be all, we knew you was teaching the word. You can't work here. Because they're going to start finding out, this is real. And then they're going to hate the prophet that said, all men shall hate thee for my name's sake. So Jake, you got to be ready to everybody who acting like they cool with you or whatever, at working around you and shit around town. You're going to find out, Jake, all you're going to have is your brothers when it really come down to it. So I'm going to post it in the comment board. And, that's Elder Menata Zakba from South Carolina, and he pointed out some good things. Also a bunch of other brothers done videos on it. So we're coming back and, we're blowing the trumpet. That's what we do. We'll see what the elders do. And it's not just him, it's other elders. They going in and stuff too. So we're going to keep going to this other precept. Actually, I wanted to put some precepts on that article as well. This is Romans chapter 15. verse 4. Put in the King James. And this is why the elders and apostles always tell us to study, so we can know what's going on, so we can explain to Jake how close we are to the end, and it said in Matthew, the gospel must be preached across, among all nations, for them to, as a witness, because really we're only looking for the elect, but everybody else has got it. Y'all got to see us do it. And then after that, he said, then the end shall come of this age. Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, his kingdom. This is the last wicked kingdom that's going to ever be, that's ever been established forever. This is going to wickedness is about to be done away with. This is Romans chapter 15, verse 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. These scriptures give us comfort because why? Because it tells us how close we are to getting out of here. If we're of the elect, Lord willing, we are of that number. That's why we're so focused on paying attention to news articles. We're focused on paying attention to what's going on in the earth. And there's a couple other things that are going on as well. So we're going to deal with those just momentarily. We're going to first do a couple more precepts. Proverbs chapter 14, verse 15. And it reads, the simple believeth every word, but the prudent man looketh well into his going. You see? And so us as as students or disciples, that's what a disciple is, a student. Us new young brothers, whoever y'all who tune in, who came into this stead, came into this truth, we look into what the big brothers are telling us. We look into what the elders are telling us. That's how we look well into our going, by taking heed to the things that they say, and you're not going to always feel comfortable every time they're talking to you. Sometimes you're going to feel uncomfortable, it's just a part of it. It's the Lord purging that wickedness out of you, because the brothers, they always, everything they tell us is to help us, and you don't want to be in a mindset where you're offended, and sometimes you end up going through something and maybe you suffer wrongfully, but if you had that perfectly entire wanting nothing mindset, you just pray to the Lord about it, and move on. Don't get in your feelings about it, Jake. That's what I'm really trying to get at. And we all got to work on that, because we human, we all have emotions, but the Lord is training us men to, especially when it comes to brothers, because brothers, it says to show brotherly love. So how do you show brotherly love without having emotions? Like, you got to have them. So you just got to battle it. You got to battle it and approach it in a way where you can apply emotion in some situations, and some you're like, I ain't going to even put no emotion in that, but still obey commands. See what I'm saying? Because that's how it's going to be in Jacob's trouble. It's going to be some things the elders tell you to do. Your elder around you, just do it. Don't start getting all, he say, somebody particularly you love, he say, no, they not the elect. We moving. You better move, Jake. Because that's how it's going to be. It's going to be a lot of tests for Jake. And this time must pass. This has got to happen. This is Ecclesiastes 3:15. That which hath been is now, right? And that which is to be hath already been. See, so this is already played out. Okay? The Lord's all like the elder said, everything's already been mapped out. That's why he said, don't be afraid, because he's already mapped it out. And he mapped it out for us, what? To come into this truth. I remember GMS and his likeness, big bro over here, he was going into one lesson I really like he did. It was called Do You Remember? And he was going into that, like all the times where we barely made it in whatever situation we was in, but the Lord delivered us. And Lord willing, he do it this time. We believe he will. He's been doing it every other time. He delivered us from these fake doctrines and philosophies. So he's got to come get us. You know, that's how we think. He got to come get us. We've been here. We waiting on him still. You know, so Lord willing, we do it to the end. So it says, in the Most High require that which is past. So this is required. This is required to happen. You know, that what Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, come down with great wrath and get destroyed. You know, and while that's going on, you got other people mobilizing to destroy America, Babylon the Great. You know, so this is Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil has come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. So that's why you seeing, you know, these devils moving quick. Okay, they starting to implement stuff. They starting to try to drop stuff, and there's some other stuff too, dealing with the migrants. Another article, Lord put spirit on me, deal with. We're finna go into it in just a second, but we're gonna get to this real quick. I just got a precept on this. It says, family gun massacre leaves 4 dead as soldier shoots ex-girlfriend, her child, her new boyfriend, and his mother in Germany. See? Like, okay, it's gonna be people turning on their own family, man. That's why you can't, anybody, you know, they'll do stuff or something like this because they don't have the spirit of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. It's gonna be no faith in the land left. The only people who are gonna still have faith in that time is the ones that have it here. You know. Now I want to read these from Big Bro before I go into the precept on this. This is GMS in his likeness, Revelation chapter 11, verse 11. And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life and the Most High entered into them. And that's talking about the Israelites. That's talking about the men of the Lord, starting with Abba Bibbins, okay, who we believe is, you know, John the Baptist reincarnated. And that's one thing you got to understand, that reincarnation exists, because the Lord said, he said his reward is with him and he comes quickly. How is he going to reward the prophets if they're not here? You see what I'm saying? They can't be saved unless they was here. You know? So they have to be brought back to be saved out of Jacob's trouble. They you know, and be heirs to the throne with Yahawashi, you know, starting with him first and foremost, you know, and then the Heavenly Father above him. You see? So as it's saying, after 3 days and a half, which is basically that 350-year period, you know, that time we came over here on slave ships, you know, give or take around that much time. Then about 1960s, we started waking up. You know, starting with Abba Bibbins, and came out of One West, started teaching this, and then GMS branched out from there because other people in One West was changing the doctrine. See what I'm saying? So, you know, so the spirit of life of the Most High entered into them, right? And then it says, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them, which saw them. You see, so even though, you know, and this is to like little new bros that come in truth like me, you know, we just waking up, because we know the big brothers know they've already experienced this. They can read spirits better than us. But as you start coming in this truth, Jake, you're gonna start going around. You're gonna see people. They act like it ain't no big deal what you're doing, but they really terrified in their spirit. Like after you sit around enough, you can feel it. Like people look at you like different and act different around you, or face their back from you. You know. Because they're terrified. They did a lot of talking shit, man. Hey, man. They're scared, Jake. But keep your head on straight, you know, and just keep doing the work until the elders apostles say stop. Said Luke 10:18, and he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning falling from heaven. Okay, and that's talking about his kingdom falling. Okay. Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, is the physical seed of Satan. Okay, and their kingdom's falling. This is Job chapter 18, verse 5. Same big bro. Yea, the light of the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine. See? So, you know, and you know, we try to keep it I try to keep it as simple as possible, but it's like this. If you really believe in Yahawah, Yahawashi, we ain't gotta really prove nothing to you. You're gonna believe. That comes from Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. You know, and we're not afraid to tell you whatever. But you know, we try to keep it pretty simple. But you know, you want to know the roots of this thing. You want to know, like, these are the prophets coming back, man. Okay, you have to know that, Jake. Like, new Jake's coming in, you new people, whoever y'all may be. You know, you got to know where this came from. You know, and if you got to go verify, because that's, you know. But there's some things when you hear it, you're not gonna. Some stuff is just revealed by the Spirit. It doesn't say America Babylon the Great is you know, the whore in Revelation chapter 13, but we know it is because the elders broke it down to us, and we believe it. So you have to have faith mixed with this. It said, without faith, it's impossible to please the Most High. So you can't just read everything verbatim. Like, you got to trust these men that the Lord sent, and if you don't, then you don't. You're wasting your time. It says Revelation chapter 12, verse 17, it says, in the dragon, which is talking about the Roman Empire, this time the revived Roman Empire. This is where we are. This is basically like spiritually Sodom and Egypt, as it says in Revelation chapter 11, verse 8. And then it says, you know, this is, basically this is the revived Roman Empire. It talked about a wound that was deadly, this deadly wound that was healed. I was talking about the Roman Empire fell 1,000 years ago. Or not 1,000 years ago, it fell after 1,000 years. They were ruling for 1,000 years and they fell, and now they're back. Okay, this is the same people that's back. Okay, you know, and that's why you learn Roman numerals in school. You learn all the Monday through Sunday. All those days are named after Roman gods. You know what I'm saying? All the capitals, they got columns on them, just like Rome. Colosseum is like football stadiums now. It's the same thing. That's why you had a lot of people on the internet going over that one time when they were like all talking about the fall of the Roman Empire, and they were all thinking about Rome because that's where you at. Okay, the remake of it, Rome 2.0. So it says, so and the dragon was wroth with the woman, right? And the woman is talking about Israel, the nation of Israel, because that's what it talks about. The Lord's coming to marry his bride. His bride is the nation of Israel. That's what it's talking about. And went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of the Most High and have the testimony of Yahawashi Mashiach. See what I'm saying? And Mashiach means, you know, the anointed. But you know, the churches say Christ, but they don't understand the Bible. Most of them don't even really read the Bible, you know, and you can't just read this, and understand what it's saying. Because it said, if our gospel be hid, it's hidden to those who are lost. Not everybody's gonna be able to understand what's being said because they don't have a guide. But we got a guide, you know, and it's the Rawchaa Qadash, and it was given to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who came out of One West, you know. So I'm gonna go to Blue Letter. I want to punch in something going in about this massacre. This dude just killed everybody, you know, because remember I was telling you, if you're a woman and you got a man, if he's still alive, you have to reconcile with him. You can't go get another man. If she went and got another man, he went in there and killed all of them. See what I'm saying? You know, since we're breaking this down to you and explaining it to you, they don't want us to be doing this because this shows that the Most High is real. That's why they're starting to do what? They're starting to call it hate speech, and they're starting to censor it, and they're having these super just harsh ass laws. And that's why I was going in the other day about did a video with my elder going into Star Wars and whatnot, and one of these words called Inquisitor came up, and it was like somebody who like basically does things above what's necessary, like putting somebody in prison for life just for saying some shit out the Bible. Y'all, what are you talking about? Y'all got it in all the court systems where you got to put your right hand on the Bible, but now it's going off that we telling you, you know, it just shows you that, you know, that's how powerful this book is. Okay, but they used it for a long time to deceive Jake and make Jake think that they were our masters. That's what they used it for. Okay, and to keep the elect asleep. But no enchantment will work on the elect, man. You can't deceive the very elect. Okay, because why? Because we pay attention to what our teachers are saying. So this is Luke chapter 12, verse 51. It says, "Suppose ye that I come to give peace on earth, I tell you nay, but rather division. For from henceforth there shall be 5 in one house divided, 3 against 2, 2 against 3. The father shall be divided against the son, and the son against the father, the mother against the daughter, and the daughter against the mother-in-law against the daughter-in-law, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law." And that's what we see. You're seeing we seeing a division in America, Babylon the Great. You know, on all aspects, and it's causing what? People to put their own family to death. You know, turn on their loved ones. So I want to just read this 52 really. But like I said, I want to read it in NLT. It says, "Do you think I have come to bring peace on the earth? No, I have come to divide people against each other." Civil war. Okay, that's what's finna go down. Okay, many places where people gonna be turning on each other. That's why the brotherhood is the only thing that matters, because without your brothers, you out here on your own, Jake. If you don't got brothers, at least one, you know, that believes in Yahawah, Yahawashi, you really out there, bro. You know, the only shot you got is the Lord giving you spiritual powers. But if you ain't, showing that you love the brotherhood, then what do you got? He's not gonna help you. So it says, "From now on, families will be split apart, 3 in favor of me, and 2 against, or 2 in favor and 3 against." So it's gonna be divided. That's why you got, out of every big group of families, it's only be 2 of us who believe in Yahweh Yahawashi. Sometimes even 1. And if it do be like where it's you and you got somebody else with you, like how I am with my elder, it's more than likely that we actually related, and our family is scattered somewhere, and we're the only 2 out of our family who came to truth, so that's another way to look at it too, because this is a family reunion. All of us is really related. If we're the elect, we're all related. And he's splitting us through the word. So moving on, and I found this, there was another guy, I guess his name was, it was something the elder said. His name was, it might be the same dude. But it's another dude who got sentenced to life for, treating his women real bad or something like that. I can't remember his name, man. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Elder Manata Zakba did a lesson on him. But I just seen this other guy. I don't think it's the same dude either, because this guy's like a basketball player. This other guy, he ain't no basketball player. But it's just showing you the Lord's judging Jake, man. Let me just do this. Just bear with me for a second. I'm just about done. I just got a few more articles and precepts, and just a couple precepts on each one of them, and then, we out of here. It's got to do with that dude. Yeah, Nature Boy. Where is he at? It's one of these dudes, but he had a whole bunch of wives and he was treating them wrong. Yeah, that guy. This guy in the middle with the dreads and whatnot. He got sentenced to life in prison too. Right around this time, this other Jake. Like, hold on. Here you go, right here. This guy, false prophet, man. Lord got rid of him, man. And then this guy right here, actor Rashad Bird, they gave him life too after some sexual assault convictions and whatnot. And this, I just wanted to go on this a little bit because Jake needs to understand that, Gray Millstone, and say that they don't love women. That ain't true. We love our women, but if it comes to wicked women, we hate them. But when you're a righteous woman, or at least doing your best to be one, and you believe in this truth, we don't hate you, And when the Lord has us tell you something, it's really, to help you. And the only reason why we're so hard on you right now is because that's the way Sophia has it set up. When we in the kingdom, we ain't gonna be like that. You ain't gonna be getting on you and whatnot. We're doing that to show you the seriousness of it. We can't explain it like this is just like, some just random, some regular conversation. This is a very serious thing. And sometimes, Eve is real rebellious. So sometimes we be like, Eve, you stop playing, and we try to come up with ways to explain it to you. But eventually, just like GMS Awakening, Juan Gabar 144 was talking about, there was a time where the apostles was like, we ain't even talking about women. So you don't want to get caught up out there not having guidance, you want to get it now or you got it. I wanted to go in this to show that the Lord is punishing these wicked jakes for not caring about you. You do get a woman, and she's your woman. You're supposed to take care of her, bro. Like, and we know some jakes deal with money problems, but take care of her, like check up on her and treat her right, don't, because it's you, and it says, love thy neighbor as thyself. So how much more your wife? You got to care about your wives, because we're going to end up having more than one eventually if we are the elect. Ephesians chapter 5, verse 29. And it's going to be like that in the kingdom. Even the heathen's going to have multiple wives. That's how it's going to be, man. That's how it's coming back. So this is Ephesians chapter 5, verse 29. For no man ever yet hated his own flesh, right? And when you get with a woman, now y'all become one flesh. You don't hate your women. That's why the Lord judgment locked him up, man. Because he wasn't treating his women right. It's not wrong having multiple wives, but he was treating them wrong. So the Lord got rid of him, right? But nourisheth and cherisheth it, even as the Lord the church. You see, because that's his woman. And what does he do? He cares about his woman. He takes care of her. But his woman start going off. What do he do? He chastises her. He punishes her. When I means talking about that, I'm saying the men first and foremost, because we're the head of the church. Okay, it's Yahawashi, then the man, and then the woman. And that doesn't mean just because you're the weaker vessel, it doesn't mean that you don't have no honor. You're still we're joint heirs to get to Yahawashi. So that's why we're hard on you, because we know what you do affects us. If we're one flesh, what you do affects me. So, right? It says, verse 30, for we are members of one body of his flesh and his bones, right? And then we go to 1 Peter, he put, there's going to be a lot of women. There's more women in the elect than men. Okay, the men are just the head of it. Okay, but he got these women, to serve those men, And if you're a woman if you're a hopeful elect woman, and the Lord, paired you up with one of those 144,000 men to get saved from Jacob's trouble, that means that the Lord really deemed you as precious, because all the other women, he's gonna let them die. So. Like you had that one woman come talking about, what do we got to look forward to? What are you talking about? He's going to give you to one of the men who's literally going to rule the universe for Yahawashi forever. You mean, what do you have to look forward to? What are you talking about? You want to be with Esau, Edom in like some picket fence house, 3-story house, and work all the time and shit, and be sick and and get old and shit. Like, we're not gonna get old and shit. We're gonna have new bodies in the kingdom. You mean what you gotta look forward to? Everything. It's 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 7. It says, likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge, right? So we'd like to dwell with them according to, we show them that we're knowledgeable in this truth, and we're not just with them just to have a woman. Like, we want to do it to glorify Yahawah, Yahawashi, because it works out better that way. You can just get a woman if you want to, though, Jake. Like, you just get a woman just to, be with her. That's cool. But you're gonna have trouble in the flesh either way. So it's best if you revolve your relationship around this truth. Is all I'm saying. That's just me telling myself first and foremost, because a lot of men have fallen out of the truth. Okay, by trying to fit in a woman's life instead of her trying to fit into yours. A lot of men fell out of the truth, man. Even in the scriptures, right? Even King Solomon. Okay, it just took him a while. So it said, dwell with them according to knowledge, giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel, and as being heirs together in the grace of life, that your prayers be not hindered. See? So if you treating your woman like she's not really, like, you're not honoring your wife, then your prayers are being hindered. Because we're like weaker vessels to Yahawashi. He ain't treating us like we ain't shit. He ain't looking at it. He's showing us he's showing us honor by what? Giving us his truth, comforting us. That's how you're supposed to do. Comfort your wife, to the best of your abilities, because some situations, some things you can't do, because of whatever situation you're in. But that don't mean you just leave her out there. You look after her to the best of your abilities, no matter what's going on. Because everybody always talk about you can't buy me this and buy me that shit. We all finna be nomads. We all finna be put out in the streets. Us Israelites, ain't none of us gonna have shit, man. All we're gonna have is Yahawah, Yahawashi. That's it. Okay, we're not gonna be able to be part of society. Just like the elder was saying, that one guy, the head of the World Economic Forum, he was talking about, you don't merge with AI, you ain't gonna be part of society. That's what the elders and apostles have been telling us this whole time, So we're gonna go to dealing with a little bit. Vladimir Putin, he said he test fires nuclear missile just 24 hours of the fiery speech, which he threatened to nuke the West. This is prophecy, man. Okay? This is prophecy right here. Okay? This is what the Lord said they was going to do. And I've went into it, before. I'm just going to read a little bit into it, because Jake doesn't believe that there's nukes in the Bible. So I go over it a lot, because there's new people waking up every day. So we try to go over a lot of these things that's finna come and pass. What prophesy means, like, talk about what's finna happen in the future. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to tell you, and we're not trying to do it, we're doing it. But what I mean, like try to do it, but try to look what we watch and look and see what's going on, And sometimes we bring up the same stuff, but hey, this is what the Lord's doing right now. This is what he's focusing on. He's got all the heathens doing that. So that's what we're looking at this stuff. So Joel chapter 2, verse 1, it says, blow ye the trumpet in Zion and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. That's talking about us. We're the mouthpiece of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahawashi. We're the mouthpiece of the Lord. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand. Right? It's at hand right now. That's why we're telling you, repent, Jake. Verse 2, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong. There have not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. That darkness and gloominess is the mushroom clouds, man. That's what it's talking about. A fire devoureth before them. It's a missile. and behind them are flame burners. You know, when the missile shoot out the silo, and you know when the missile hits, the fire comes out of it, and then behind it is the fires. You know, the land. It says a flame burner. If the land is the garden, is that as the Garden of Eden before them, right? It's it looks like land, like we're at right now. Right now we're in America, Babylon the Great. It just looks like you wake up and there's grass and shit, and vegetation and trees, right? And behind them a desolate wilderness, and that's what this place is going to be. Yea, and nothing shall escape them. You ain't getting away from no nuke. So Jake, it don't matter how many straps you got, how good you know how to fight. Ain't nothing that gonna save you from the wrath of the Lord. Right? Verse 4, the appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen so shall they run. What are those horsemen talking about? Well, Revelation 9:16 goes into John the Revelator seeing this vision when he's in prison in the island of Patmos. Okay, and he's talking about these horses that in the Old Testament is talking about. Okay, that's how you know that this is a future prophecy, because it's in the Old Testament and in the New Testament. Going over these horsemen. Okay, right, that you've seen in Joel when on the day of the Lord, the darkness and gloominess. Revelation 9:16. And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000. I heard the number of them. That's 200 million intercontinental ballistic missiles. Because what it say right here is 17. And thus I saw the horses of the vision, and them that sat on them having breastplates of fire and of jacinth and brimstone, and the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions. Because you know how when they shoot up the missile thing, the back part lob off that motherfucker, the middle part lob off, and then you just got the little warhead. That's what it's talking about. Those are the lions, the power in them things. And out of their mouths issues fire, smoke, and brimstone, the little warhead. Okay, that split up in a whole bunch of little bombs. See what I'm saying? This is what the Lord's going to do, and he's going to use. It says Satan shall cast out. He said Satan shall destroy Satan. He's gonna. He said a divided house can't stand. He's gonna use Satan to destroy himself. Because Russia, they're Edomites, and so is America, Babylon the Great. And they going against each other right now. And it said in Isaiah chapter 19, verse 2, I will set Egyptian against Egyptian, and they're the new Egyptians. Why? Because they have Jake in slavery and they don't want to let us go. That's why we call this place spiritually Sodom and Egypt. Because why? Because you got these damn Sodomites out here doing all their shit too. And that's what they're trying to silence in Canada. And just like listening to the elder, there's camps and out there. So if they implement that, that means they can't even teach no more. That's showing you that the lights is cutting off in this motherfucker. That's what it's going to show. If they implement that shit out there and only in Canada, that means that all GMS camps in Canada, hey, that place, family of the word, light switched off in that motherfucker, because the light is us. Lord, cut that shit off. We ain't teaching no more. That's how you know, hey, man, time's almost up. And he might do that just to scare a lot of y'all. Just cut off a light in one country. Say, oh, shit. Because we're everywhere. We're in London and everything, and I'm not saying that I'm an affiliate, but I'm still under the umbrella. Like, I'm a follower. I do what they say. They command me to do something, I do it, But like I said, man, you ain't got a whole lot of time, Jake. The missiles ain't nothing to play with, man. But I don't feel like going through all that. So while that's going on, to show you that prophecy is still moving on, it says another region of European country requests Russia's protection. See? So you got people, more and more people, coming and looking, for protection, So it says the governor of Moldova's pro-Russia Gazia region has reportedly become the second regional leader from the Eastern European of Russian President Vladimir Putin. He said that Gauzia, I don't know how you say that, Governor Eugenia Gutal accused her country's pro-European Union, the EU, leadership of oppressing pro-Kremlin residents of her region during the meeting of the Speaker of Russia's Senate, Moscow, on Friday. Moldova's internally unrecognized pro-Russia breakaway state, Transnistria, earlier this week requested that Putin's government implement measures for defending, basically, it said in Ezekiel chapter 38 that these other nations, and also, them, they're gonna ask nation, they're gonna basically be to America, Babylon the Great. Ezekiel chapter 38. I had a whole sit down with my elder over it about a week ago, but I still like to bring it up whenever I see updates on it. It's Ezekiel chapter 38, verse 4. And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, talking about turning Russia into that old Soviet Union again, that spirit on them, to make them be vicious. Okay. And I will bring thee forth in all thine army, horses and horsemen. What are those horses and horsemen? The missiles. Okay. So it's talking about this war is going to be fought with missiles, not no damn soldiers. It's going to be fought with missiles. All of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. That's what you see over there in Iran, or not in Iran, but Iran is shooting missiles at America, Babylon the Great. There ain't even been no soldiers on the ground. It's just been, except in Gaza. Gaza's been, but it's been mainly missiles being shot over there, So all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords, right? Missiles. Persia, which is talking about Iran, Ethiopia, Libya, all with them. All of them with shield and helmet. And we're going to get to the point because it's going to label a whole bunch of other people. Gomer, talking about Turkey. And they're one of the original NATO, one of the original 7 heads and 10 horns, like their beast system. Like they're one of the originals from NATO. And I had an article about a month ago. They're siding with Russia. So that's showing you another prophecy that is playing out, because it said that all these other nations are going to turn against America, Babylon the Great. Okay. So that's another way for you to see that the end is close, because while that's happening, you got the famine of the word coming through. But they have, one of them has to happen before the other one, but the Lord is prepping them right now. And we're showing you the progress of that prophecy being fully completed. Verse 7, it says, be thou prepared and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. That's what we're seeing. They're going to come. They want them back with Russia. So I got 2 more articles and 2 precepts on them. Really, I'm really putting these this next one, 2 articles together to kind of show you the wrath that they're finna come with. Okay. And there's actually there's a lot of stuff going on out there. Okay. It says, Burkina Faso, it says 170 people executed in attacks on villages. Okay, it's been battling Islamist insurgent groups for several years. A number of other deadly attacks took place around the country on the same day. So they just out there, man. They just out there killing people, man. And it said coordinated attacks. This is how Esau Edom gonna come. The so-called white man, he gonna come with coordinated attacks, trying to come in and destroy Jake. It said they shall come in like a flood. These are examples to show you how they're going to do. They're going to coordinate how to go into the hoods and everything. 2/3 going to be in there. You're going to get riddled with bullets and drones and all types of stuff, man. That's why we keep telling Jake, we're almost out of time. Okay? And these migrants ain't safe either. Okay. So this one right here says Arizona Republicans advance bill allowing property owners to kill migrants. And it says the bill would allow property owners to kill migrants by claiming they believe their life was in danger. They just claimed it. I felt nervous. They just shooting them and don't get no trouble. Okay, that's what's coming down next. Like that's what's coming. That's what's going to come to. You could be somebody that's not a migrant. They just shot your ass like, I thought it was a migrant. I got scared. Okay, and it said in that day, the men of Egypt should be as women. So they're going to be some scary motherfuckers. You know how it is. A scary motherfucker with a fucking AK or M16 or some shit with a scope on that bitch. You gonna be scary. You gonna shoot shit, man. This is what we're trying to show you, that it's finna get bad out here. And they're passing bills and declaring unrighteous decrees. They talking about, you even say or quote something in the Bible, don't let us catch your ass out there praying outside. We would lock you in prison forever, like you was a murderer or something. That's how serious this Bible is, Jake. That's how serious this is. It's not nothing to play around with. And the Lord's finna prove that. It's the second Esdras chapter 16, verse 18. It says the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, right? The beginning of famine and great death. That's what's coming. Great death, man. The beginning of wars. What we seeing? World War III starting to pop off, right? And the power shall stand in fear. The beginning of evil. See, so even the powers, even the ones who have all the military might, they're in fear because they know why. Because they know these men, starting with the elders and apostles of Great Millstone on down, have been out prophesying these things for 40 years now. All of us as a collective, starting with the elders and apostles, like I said, but us who's coming in and help finishing the fight, we're part of that collective. Most High will allow us to remain. The beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Right? And that's Ezra's talking. So if he's talking about what shall he do when these evils come, that he was writing this in the Persian captivity. He was writing this like 1,000-some years ago. What do you mean when it comes? You ain't here no more, right? He obviously he is, because he knew why. The Lord revealed to him he's going to be reincarnated. He's going to come back. He's going to have to deal with this shit. Right? Verse 19, behold, famine and plague and tribulation and anguish are sent for scourges for amendment, right? That's the stuff that's coming. Verse 20, right? But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. So even though we showing a lot of people that we showing Jake every day, we're going to show them how close it is. We're showing them that the bricks is mobilizing and all types of stuff. Jake's still not being mindful. So the Lord's going to give him over to the charagma, the mark of the beast that you put in your right hand on your forehead. Okay? The Elon Musk, Neuralink, the Shipperoo. Okay? He's going to give you over that shit because you're just playing around, and that's just to those Jakes who's out there doing that. And the scoffers and the other people who came against the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, they're going to get it too. So we're going to jump to verse 68. It says, behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you. They shall take away certain of you and feed you being idle with things offered unto idols. That's talking about the Karagma. That's talking about that mark of the beast, that MOTB. Verse 69, and they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and reproach and trodden underfoot. Destruction, man. Verse 70, for there shall be in every place and in the next cities great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. See? So we're not going to, you got those people going in talking about the Christians like, oh, we're going to get raptured out of here before the tribulation. What are you talking about? It just talked about there's going to be great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord, the ones that actually are doing the work of the Lord, right? See what it says.
Insurrection.
A violent uprising against an authority or government. So we're going to be caught up in the middle of that shit, Jake. We're not getting out of here. It's just like we have to go through this. Like there's no way out of this, right? Upon those that fear the Lord. And it ain't just going to be here in America, Babylon the Great. It's going to mainly be here, but it's going to be other places in the world. That's why you see right now over here, 170 people just got executed in these villages, and Jacob's trouble ain't even started yet. Okay? Like, it's just going to be everywhere. See? For there shall be in every place. Jacob's trouble going to be everywhere. Why? Because Jake is fucking everywhere. We're scattered across the four corners of the earth. Verse 71, they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. So some of us that do believe in Yahawashi, we could die for this truth. This is, this is what we got to prepare ourselves for. We got to prepare our minds for that. Even though we did everything the Lord said, we still might, he still might have it in our lot that we died in the faith. But he said he'll crown us with life. But it's definitely something you want to pay attention to. Or you can get thrown in prison. But, the apostles is not, they're not going to try to just put you in a situation where they know you're going to go to jail. That's why the elder said they put that decree out, that law that if you teaching, you go to prison, they going to go out there anyways to prove you love the Lord. Like, no, we already been proving we love the Lord. He's going to just stop doing it. This is why you need leaders. Like they actually care about Israel. They're not going to just, we're not like Esau, Edom. We're not bullet sponges to the elders. Like they're looking over the flock. Okay, they're making sure we know what to do. That's what the Lord appointed them to do. Revelation chapter 2, verse 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. See, we're going to suffer. All of Jake. Behold, the devil, Esau, even the so-called white man, shall cast some of you into prison. That's showing you that it's something physical. It's something physical going to happen. That ye may be tried. So someone's going to get tried like that. And you shall have tribulation 10 days, which, it could be really 10 days. It could be 12 days. It could be 5 days. We don't know. But it says, be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. You could even get to you have no idea. Just like when Abraham took Isaac to the altar and he was finna to sacrifice him for the Lord like he told him to. What did the Lord do? He said, nope, stop right at the last second. When he was finna do, he said, nah, it's all good. I got a lamb over there in the thicket. You can use that. I just wanted to see if I wanted to try you to see if you're going to do what I say do. So let's say you go to prison or whatever, Jake. Let's say you get locked up, then you go in there. They say they're going to behead you in 10 days if you don't take the charagma, and then you wait 10 days or whatever, or 5 days or whatever, and they take you in there and they talk about they about to chop your head off. And then right in front of them, just when they drop the hatchet, Lord snap his fingers, not literally, but what I mean, like change you, make you immortal, and that motherfucker just hit your neck and burst into pieces. And you just get up and start whooping everybody's ass. Like that could happen. Like that's how much faith you gotta have. Or you could actually get your head chopped off. Because it said in Revelation 24, some of us gonna get our head chopped off. It's just, but you want to have faith to the last day, your last breath. You want to be hoping Yahawashi gonna get you out of that. But if you don't, you just know you're gonna get a crown of life. So, that's just what I wanted to bring up, dealing with this prison situation that they're going into. And then also, that's not the only thing. Another 104 civilians was killed trying to access food aid in trucks in Gaza, according to the Palestinian Ministry of Health in Gaza. So it's been a lot of people that got deleted over the last couple of days, man. A lot of people that got put to death, man. And it's gonna be like that everywhere, man. It's gonna be like that everywhere. You see? That's my last one. I'm putting this precept. I'm gone. It says Satanic temple prepares to enter Florida schools as state moves to pass bill allowing chaplains to volunteer, So it says a group says it wants to offer an alternative to organized religion, you see? And that's why they're trying to they're trying to basically issue in their satanic system. So they're allowing these people to come in. They're not putting no hate crimes in Canada over the people who are worshiping Satanism. They're not doing that. They're just doing it to the ones who supposedly love Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Because there ain't no such thing as, some just Christians. Like, no, it's dealing with the Israelites. Okay? So it's talking about the Hamashiachium. That's how you really say that. It's Isaiah chapter 60, verse 2. And they're going to know, Jake, they're going to know if you really love the Lord. Because they're going to see it just like they do now. It's Isaiah chapter 60, verse 2. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people, but the Lord shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. And that's how it is today. All this darkness in the earth, but the light of the Lord is in us, And people act like they don't see it, but yeah, they do. They know. They know that we love the Lord. And if you don't, that means that you're living under a rock and your brain doesn't work. Like, we do lessons every day about Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi to the best of our ability. Some days sometimes we, miss a day or whatever, but we double up the next day or do an extra long lesson or whatever. The decree really used to be 3 days a week or 3 lessons a week. But now, since we're so close, they start saying do a lesson every day. That's how like, it's the last stretch, Jake. It's finna be through. Okay, ministry is finna be complete. So Shalom, Salakia for the long lesson. Try to make it quicker. But when big brothers, they put scriptures up and stuff, I like to read them out. So sometimes, the lessons be longer as the spirit. So but the water, big bro, for your precepts as always. So as we always say, Shalom to the elect of Israel, to the hopeful elect of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negro, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians, and the foreign Israelites that look like the other nations scattered across the 4 corners of the earth. Want to give all praises to Barak, Yahawashi. Got to give all praises to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Qadash. Want to get double honors to the elders and apostles of great millstone. Led us all to this truth. Been ordained by the Lord to teach the flock how to live, repent, pray, fast, and show forth the Lord's righteousness and mercy, judgment, forgiveness, and wrath to all those who are part of the elect, to the hopeful elect. Lord willing, we part of that number. Lord willing, to be edifying to those who fear the name of the Lord and the striving to show forth the Lord's righteousness every day to the best of their abilities. His judgment always comes to light. Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 5, it is not slack. 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 9 is unto a ring. 2 Ezra chapter 5, verse 42. While above the waterfall, you sincere believers tuning in, brothers and sisters, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Qadash, Barak, Atham. Lord willing, we are that number, and we can get out of here, with our faith and our works. So peace and blessing to the elect. Kwam Yasharallah. Shalom.